What's going on, everybody? It's Fade Dating Coach Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about how to know if a guy thinks you're the one, if you're the soulmate. What guys do when they're like, wow, I think you are it, okay, compared to how other guys are treating you. So, jumping right into this, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I want to dive deep on this. To start, I guess, let me give you a story from one of my clients, which is kind of the reason I'm bringing this up, okay? So I had a client who was talking to a guy for about a month, 3 weeks to a month, seeing each other 6 times, hanging out, having fun, hooking up. Both said they want a relationship. Both talked about exclusivity, which that doesn't mean anything to me if you guys watch my other videos. When a guy talks about being exclusive, that does not mean shit, so I had to explain that to her. But a lot of people would look at this from what she's telling me, and it's like, okay, things are going well. Things are going well. We've been on a lot of dates. The guy has been good up to this point. He's been consistent up to this point. We talked about being exclusive, which again doesn't really matter, but I'm going to put it in there. We both said we want the same things. Right? So then this guy goes on a trip. He's gone for a little bit and he doesn't say anything to her. And then he comes back, right? The day he comes back is like a Sunday, doesn't say anything to her. Monday, right? She has the session with me because now she's freaking out. She's in her head. She's wanting to know what's going on. And Monday, she up to that point, she hasn't heard from him. So here's what I'm trying to get at, ladies. Even if later that night, Monday, the guy says, oh, sorry, I was just, whatever. Let's say he gives you a valid excuse. He gives you a valid excuse. The difference between that guy and a man who knows you're the girl is clarity. Now, what do I mean by that? Not clear, well, I guess he's giving you clarity. These guys, if a guy truly likes you, okay, you always hear me say this, if a guy truly likes you, he won't put himself in a position to lose you. Yes, but what a lot of women don't understand is the game of risk avoidance. As humans, the reason we got as far as we did, okay, the reason we are as successful from avoiding pain, seeking pleasure, avoiding risk, right, or avoiding, I guess, trouble and attracting mates and all that is risk avoidance. It's avoiding pain, seeking pleasure, okay? And one of those things is, again, I've said it 1,000 times already, is risk avoidance. If a guy wants you, your fine ass, he's not going to leave you hanging when he's on a trip. When a guy wants you, he's not going to leave you on red and not explain himself. Instead, so let me give you, I guess, in an alternate universe, what this guy would have done instead if he was on this trip. He would call her and tell her, hey, I'm going to be on this trip for a while. If I do not get back to you, do not freak out. I'm just going to be busy. I'm going to be in a place of no reception, whatever the hell he says, right? And I will message you the minute I get back, okay? And then he does so. It's when a guy gives a woman clarity. It's when a guy gives a woman comfort, relaxes her. That's how you know he actually cares for you. Yes, a guy can care for you by investing his resources into you, time, energy, effort, money, and stuff like that. But I do think there's this overarching, kind of vibe, again, clarity. Vibe where a guy wants to give you this comfort. He wants to give you the piece of the puzzle you're looking for, so you don't have to worry and freak the fuck out and get in your head and spend all this money talking to an attractive dating coach, right? So the difference, ladies, is these men won't be, they might be nice, they might be great, they might be treating you well, but there's something else there. There's sporadicness. There's a reason you're watching my videos, right? There's a reason a lot of women are watching my videos, and it's that reason that he's not fulfilling. Not that it's his job to fulfill these roles, and maybe you're just insecure, but in her instance, okay, or her example, like you don't go several days without, ladies, you just don't go several days without talking to somebody you really like and you want to have a relationship with, or someone that you see long term. Men do not do that. You have to look at it from a man's perspective. Let's say he's actually fearful of losing you. And again, I'm not saying create some type of like fear mongering factor or whatever that to get a guy like obsessed with you or fear of losing you and playing games. I'm not saying that, but look at it from his perspective. If I want to be with you, okay, the worst thing I could possibly do is not build a connection with you, is not talk to you, is to give some other guy an opportunity, okay, to sweep in and play the game better than me. Now, in her situation, she made the mistake talking about exclusivity. Never, ever, 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 ladies, for the love of God, never agree to be an exclusive with a guy who is not your boyfriend. Why? Because there is absolutely no benefit in a guy committing to you, okay, or being exclusive with you and taking himself off the market, meaning giving up all other women, but he's not taking you officially off, like you're not his girlfriend. There's no benefit in a guy doing that. And if you want a little more example of this, it's called in game theory, not game as in like, where I'm gaming you like in dating, but in game theory, the concept is called the prisoner's dilemma. And I talked about this in another video, but I will mention it here. There's this great UK show. I apologize if it's not UK. I don't know the name of the show exact. Maybe I might be right. But it's called Split or Steal. And again, I don't 100% know the premise, but from what I heard of it, it's pretty much the prisoner's dilemma, okay? And what this states is basically, in the show, it's two people working together to rack up a lot of money. And then at the end of the show, these people are turned against each other, sit right in front of a table with the host on the other side, right? Or like in the middle. They're on the sides of the table, and they have two choices, to split or steal the money that they earned. If they both choose to split it, it's 50-50. If they both choose to steal, no one gets the money. And if someone chooses to split and someone chooses to steal, well, then the person who steals gets all the money. So you would think logically, we both win if we split 50-50. However, in game theory, that's the absolute worst, right, situation you can pick. Now, why? Because that is the only situation where there's a potential of you being at a disadvantage. That is the only potential where you're giving the other person an opportunity to throw you under the bus. That is, you're putting trust and faith, right? Not facts, faith into somebody that they're going to make the right decision. So instead, the right move to make in game theory is to always steal the money, to always take it, because worst case scenario, you end with how you started, nothing. But they gain nothing either, right? It's just back to zero. You're not at a deficit. They're not at an advantage for screwing you over. Best case scenario is you get everything, okay? So what does this have to do with the exclusive talk? If you both agree to be an exclusive, you don't know 100% if he's actually doing that. However, you, being the nice, moral, good woman you are doing it. So now you are taking yourself off the market for a guy who's unsure about you, doesn't want to make you his girlfriend, but he doesn't have to worry about making you his girlfriend now because you're not talking to anyone else because you agreed to be an exclusive. And you do not know if he is or not. And newsflash, ladies, he's not being exclusive. There's no reason in the world for a guy to do that, okay? So that was her problem. But that goes back to what I'm preaching in this entire video, which is if a guy truly likes you, if a guy sees you as soulmate, not even soulmate, just the one, okay? As the one meaning like I want to spend my life with her, or maybe I want to be in a relationship with her because I see her long term. Let's put it like that. You would never have to worry about that. There would be no uncertainty. There would be no exclusive talk. That's like being the insurance policy. You would not be the insurance policy, okay? You would not have to worry about that stuff. That's the difference. An emotionally unavailable guy can treat you well. He can't give you certainty. That's the difference, okay? Now, in the beginning he can, but you're going to see some bullshit later on. So with that being said, ladies, if you want to work with me, get my guides, whatever, link is down below. I have some openings right now if you're interested in being a client of mine and going over your situation in depth and getting an answer and knowing what to do, a game plan. Again, links down below, ladies. I love you all. Take care and peace.